to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Welcome in to We Talk Facts with 9-year NBA veteran and Nebraska basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland and 2-time Nebraska football national champion Clester Johnson. Talking and taking names in sports and day-to-day living. Sit back, relax, and join the show with 9-year NBA vet and Nebraska basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland. And 2-time Nebraska football national champion, Clester Johnson.
We're back. WTF, We Talk Facts, Thursday night. It is a Thirsty Thursday. I did tap in with my boy, Uncle Kevin Myers, Cork and Bottle. He came through, got his boy right. And he always get me right and tight. For WTF, We Talk Fast. Clester Johnson, what's up, my boy? Harrison R's on the 1 and 2. Talk to me.
Listen, I'm on my Usain Bolt today. We got some great subjects. Plus, we covered up on the Olympics.
Yo.
I'll just give you some Olympic flair. That's what that was, Harris. You know.
I thought it was for Darius Love. Shout out Darius Love. He's
Oh,
going to
yeah,
be
him
running,
too. Him
representing us. Big
And
time.
there's a Darius Love Day, you know?
Yeah, we got
Did you
Darius
know
Love
that?
Day.
Did you know that? They have a Darius Love
Yeah,
Day.
we got
It's-
Keisei Tamanaga. He's an ambassador for us as well.
I think they made it June 7th. I heard June 7th.
I think
I'll
I'll
it's
double
July
look here.
7th. It's
Let me-
July 7th.
I want to say it's June. I'll double check you
I'm
because
trying to
Darius
figure
Love
out
deserves his flowers.
From the city of Lincoln, how do I get a day?
How can I?
June 7th.
How can I get a
June
day in
7th?
Bellevue?
June 7th.
At least Bellevue.
At least Bellevue.
I mean, you a
doggone it.
legend.
You stop it.
The only thing
Listen.
they don't have is a statue of you.
Man, listen. Before we get into the topics, there was a great discussion before on our show where we talked about different criteria for how you get into the rafters. And Terrence Shannon Jr. is going to go into the rafters at Illinois in just a couple seasons there, and people are like, well, what is the criteria to get you into the rafters? And by the criteria they gave, Stricky should be in the rafters. Doggone it, I would have fit.
You talking about high school or college?
College.
Okay.
Shoot.
Yeah, I can make a great case for you. I can make a great case
No,
for you.
I'm appreciative. But here's the thing, and no, we'll talk about it another time. But here's because I really like these topics today.
Okay.
I want to dig into it. We'll start off by going with, if you were to win a championship or not win a championship, if you don't win it, do you still have the ability to claim greatness? You hear some ladies in the WNBA saying that, for example, the accolades of Caitlin Clark, if she doesn't win a championship, then it just nullifies the greatness of what she was able to accomplish. In the women's side, a lot of those women that have ascended into greatness have in some form or fashion have won a championship. Maybe that's their criteria for them. But as I look into other sports, I would have to have a debate about it. And this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to have a little debate today. We want you guys to chime in, tap in as well. If you want to jump in on the conversation, the debate is going to be about whether or not you need to win a championship to be validated as a great player or, longtime great, a legend. I know that doesn't, work in Hall of Fame, but if you're Hall of Fame, you're great. So that's just something to discuss. What's up?
Let me just throw some things in there because I did also, we added another little spin to this. When you look at people like Karl Malone,
That part,
Charles Barkley,
right?
Patrick Ewing,
Come on.
they are all great
Reggie
players.
Miller.
All great players.
Facts.
But they get tainted. And it's like the NBA media is so different than the NFL media.
Okay.
Right? Because that don't happen in the NFL. I've seen great, there's still great players are considered great players in NFL.
Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Megatron.
I mean, it's we can
Barry Sanders.
I don't know them all offhand,
Barry Sanders.
but
Yeah.
that's a very
Come
very
on,
good,
somebody.
That's a very good number. But nobody says that they're not great. Why is this so different? E, you tell me, why is it so different the NBA to NFL? Nobody puts that you got to win a championship thing in the NFL.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why that's the case. It's really, I don't think people understand how hard it is. And we just ran through a list. You ran through a nice list of players that fall into that category.
Gary Payton, John Kemp.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, but the names you just named, Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, Malone. I'm just gonna stick on those because there's more.
Stockton. I mean,
Stockton.
We can keep going.
No, I know there's more, but I just want to stick with those names.
Okay.
They were unfortunate to run up against a juggernaut, a titan, a Megatron of Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Thanos.
It's unfortunate. I mean, you just were unfortunate that you had to feel the wrath of Air Jordan.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't going to let you win. You know what I'm saying? Like Magic Johnson, they took the L too. They were, but he was fortunate. The one that he didn't defeat. But I think a lot of people miss out on the fact that Boston Celtics had 4 Hall of Famers on their team when Michael Jordan solo dolo faced them and still gave him a little run. But those other individuals, I don't think it nullifies their greatness because of the fact that they, happen to run up against in a time of dynasty, a Michael Jordan.
I also want to throw this out there. I want to expand on something you said about how hard it is to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
You had mentioned that the Celtics had Hall of Famers. That's the thing about the NBA. Like, you have to be surrounded by some good players to ascend to championship level. And I often wonder, would we still consider Michael Jordan the greatest of all times if he didn't win 6 championships? What if he was Vince Carter, right? Because Vince Carter was like that next one, and he had that kind of talent, but he never won a championship. Dominique Wilkins, never won a championship, but had the same type of talent as Jordan. I think having people surround you, your teammates, really play a huge part. If you don't have an organization, although he hated Jerry Krause, that was a huge deal, he deserves a little bit of respect because he did go out and put people around Jordan that allowed him to become great. NFL, I just think it's a little bit tougher. It's a little bit tougher to have 22. You got to have 22 players. Not only a great offense, but a great defense. And let me throw this at you.
Okay.
The NBA media versus the NFL media. I just feel like the NBA media is just way more intrusive, way more opinions, and you can see the players' faces. That plays a huge part. Like, you can see the players' faces and you interact with them sometimes during the game. It's very frustrating
because there's a closeness. There's a closeness to it.
Closeness.
You know what I mean? For the brand of the NFL, to me, is based on the brand more so than a specific player, right? Because if you look back into the 90s, or mid 90s, late 90s, I think a lot of football players understood that. They understood the unique difference between the NBA and its rise at that time, MJ, the international appeal. They understood that, and then you started to see the taking off of the helmets, in their celebrations, because they wanted their faces to be recognized because it is hidden. Social media wasn't prominent in the time, so you couldn't really do so you had to kind of figure out a way to promo yourself, and then the NFL cuts that off. And that's what told me it's a little bit different in that they want the brand to be the brand as opposed to the individual, because the NBA was shifting because you had a time in the NBA where it was team oriented. It was
Allen
based
Iverson
on
shook it up.
I would say it was him. I would say it was MJ's marketability. It started to shift towards players, who they were, and then it got further after that, and it became player matchups. LeBron versus, Kobe, or LeBron versus Steph Curry
or KD.
Then the team. So you started to get to that point.
Let me throw a monkey wrench. Let me throw an even more monkey wrench into this. Let's think about hockey, soccer. What are some other sports that are baseball?
Okay.
It seems like the criteria is just different per sport.
As far as greatness.
As far as greatness,
okay.
Like we can think of some baseball players that never won a championship, but they're still great. Like Barry Bonds. I don't know if he's gonna make it to the Hall of Fame. I mean, he should.
I think he should.
Soccer, whole different criteria. I think that I don't know if you have to necessarily win a championship to be considered great in soccer, but most of the great soccer players do win championships. They do. Swimming. Would Michael Phelps be considered the greatest of all time? He had to win, right? He had to win a championship to be considered that. So each sport is just a little bit different criteria, but you know, NBA, NFL, very much higher profile.
Yeah.
You can really, I just noticed that there's a lot of differences in how the media critiques those particular athletes.
So
and it bothers me.
So when you look at the NFL, let me ask this question. Is Tom Brady considered the greatest of all time if he doesn't?
No.
Then in that instance, who do you replace him with?
Joe Montana.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I consider Joe Montana the best quarterback of all time until Tom Brady.
But the craziest thing is Joe Montana didn't have the blow you away numbers. Joe Montana in today's but the style is way different. They didn't throw it that way that they throw it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say in Joe Montana's era, it wasn't even quarterbacks were considered great always because that's the leader. But there was like a duality of it by way of the running backs at the time. It wasn't even the receivers like on the same level. The receivers were considered great. You had your Jerry Rices and the likes of those, your Harold Carmichaels, your
You can just
Mark
look at the
Dupers.
payroll and see how drastically it's changed.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a dramatic shift. Now, wide receivers' value is next level. It's even running backs are considered basically obsolete. I mean, we can find one of them.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
I mean, Christian McCaffrey kind of reminds me he just broke, I don't know if you saw that. He broke the record.
Yeah, another big contract.
But he's in that Marshall Faulk mode. He can run and he can catch. You know, he's had some durability issues, but when he's healthy,
boy, yeah, he's great.
He's nice.
If you guys want to chime in the conversation, 402-464-5685.
We want to hear from the people.
But I do want to make a quick shift because I really want to get this in. And the reason is I want to stick it to my boy Clester because I told you so.
I don't play the pause game. But
we're talking about
pause.
I would like to say a major pause.
You need a major pause on that. But
keep going.
What I mean is I told you about JJ Redick. You didn't really believe me. You didn't believe your boy.
Yeah, hey, listen. Well, did we bet $1? Did we bet $1 on that? I owe you $1.
You owe me $1.
Yeah, I did. I honestly didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming.
Tell me your thoughts.
You know, I'm not a huge Stephen A. fan at all, but I did hear one of his points about the podcast that him and LeBron started. He felt that compromised their coach, Darvin. He felt that he lacked consideration and he put Darvin Ham in a bad position because they're on the podcast talking about what should have been done.
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, imagine if you were the coach and you're listening to these two obviously great minds break down what you should have been doing. Like that's a bad deal. You know, things have just really changed. Like, can you imagine playing in the NBA, but also you can commentate on the games and break down the X's and O's. It's almost like betting on the game. It's almost like betting on the game. But to sum that up, I think you're going to. So my prediction is going to be this: it ain't going to end well.
Yeah,
that part. There. So I'm gonna let Harrison.
It's not going to end well
because here's the thing. I want. The one thing about it is the internet is undefeated. The things like everything that was shared, talked about, discussed on that podcast.
We got receipts for everything.
Is going to be there. And don't have a moment like D Ham had like on the freeze up when you're on the clipboard.
Mhm.
Like I'm gonna be real. Like I told my partner Austin Orman on the block from 2 to 4. I told him, I said, I would love, call me. Stricky will jump on in there. You know, call me if you need someone to talk to.
That's that old school.
Satisfaction guarantee.
That's mid-'80s right there.
You know what I'm talking about? If you know, you know. So here's the thing.
Here's my number in the dial.
Right.
Call me anytime. Anyway, keep going. Keep going.
I mean, so yeah, but I'm saying I don't think people realize the jump that it's necessary to go from sitting on the sideline, quarterbacking,
Yes.
you know, sideline quarterbacking, couch court, whatever you want to call it, and then jump into the mix.
Yeah.
I said I can jump into coaching, but it definitely ain't gonna be head coaching. Yeah. I'll jump in and do development. I can jump in and do a few things, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'd want the smoke of jumping straight.
You wouldn't take that on?
I mean, so okay, if I was to do it, I'm wise to know that I ain't the smartest brother or the smartest cookie in the shed. Meaning, there's things I can learn. So to me, would be staffing. Staffing would be the biggest part of it. And I would have an associate assistant, someone who has done this thing before, so that I can understand. Listen, I'm a listener. I don't feel that I always think I have the answers, so I would learn. This is why I think Jason Kidd has become great at good at coaching. Okay. Because when he was coaching in Milwaukee, he surrounded himself with coaches that knew how to do it. And if you go back and just look at the early stages of his coach, he didn't pin. He didn't pin the clipboard. Okay. He would sit there and watch, observe, listen. Now, if you go and look at him with Dallas, he's pinning. So you can see that he's grown in the craft. So it's going to be interesting to watch what JJ Redick does. Go ahead.
Yeah, the crazy, but they gave him a 4-year deal too.
Okay,
so that's the other part of it. 4-year
Before
deal.
you break that, come on, pause. I want to add on that because I think it's really a 2-year deal. Here it's 4 years, and so if I'm JJ Redick, I'm like, cool. I take the 2, and because Monty Williams has the greatest freaking retirement plan on freaking earth.
1 year.
25 million still left over from Phoenix. 1 year, Detroit, 65 million. Come on, somebody.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask that part.
Okay, I wanted to get that in.
If you're JJ Redick, is that not the better job? The Pistons?
The
bar's so low.
You can grow with it. The bar's so low.
You can't, with the Lakers, it's just, we've seen it with Vogel. You win a title, your best players get hurt, you get rid of both players, they fire him. Darvin Ham becomes a scapegoat. Is coaching your best friend really a good idea? Probably not. That dynamic seems weird. Go to the Pistons. That team's going to buy into whatever the hell you're selling because they were just on the verge of having the worst record. That's a place you can
There's
go
some
there.
upswing in that.
And you really start the upswing of your coaching career. This Lakers thing, man, if it blows up, that's just going to be hard to recover from.
It is. But this is why your boy didn't take it. This is why Dan Hurley was like, hey, no, you ain't gonna take my name.
Well, so much is out of the control of the coach, I feel, in the NBA. Everything is really on the GM making moves. And then on top of it, does the money fit? Does it all fit? And Dan Hurley, he can recruit. Like, it's just about recruiting. And then you can control the culture a lot better in college.
Right.
They're more impressionable. You've won championships. The players are going to listen to you. In the NBA, everybody, listen, they're making more than you. They're making more than the coach.
My last point, I'll let y'all discuss before we go to our first break. Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony was on a podcast, and he was discussing the time when Mike Krzyzewski was coaching the U.S. Olympic team.
Okay.
And he was talking about the fact that Kobe was really tired. And you know Kobe, you don't play all them. He was tired of Coach K talking about JJ Redick in the USA tryouts. He was basically like, Kobe, this is from Carmelo. Kobe, he said, took it very, very personal. And then he said, he asked Kobe, he was like, damn, why are you treating the young boy like that? And Kobe was like, beep, that F that mother. He didn't like JJ Redick. So here's the thing. The Lakers has iconic faces that they love. Kobe is one of them. Shaq,
Kareem, Magic,
Shaq. Come on.
I mean, you can just go on forever.
Right?
Yeah.
Worthy. Have all of Worthy.
James
have all them. So even LeBron, they don't consider him as one of them. Yeah. Like they basically they put paint on his murals.
Yeah.
But if you go in there, JJ Redick, and try to come in there like the Zen master, like you was Phil Jackson, or you come in there thinking, you him, it could go real bad real quick and early. You too, before we go to break.
I would just say I feel like he needs to come in like the Zen master. He don't need to come in with that attitude. Like when you see him debate Stephen A.
Yeah.
He can have a real attitude. Like he comes off like you can tell he's very intelligent. He has to be more of a listener. I feel like he has to be more of a listener. He has to
very stoic.
He has to, now he did play. Obviously, he played for 14, 15 years.
Yeah, but he's a dookie.
Yes, he has to.
A lot of people don't like dookies.
It's
just is what it is.
If I was him, I would have an individual meeting with each guy.
That's a fact.
And get to learn who they are and what makes them, pop.
Collectively and individually. Go ahead. Last before we go to break also.
I think, like you said, there's a chance that this thing works out. Like he's going to have to, he's definitely smart, drop some of that arrogance when you're talking to these players. Like I said, making more than you, probably, especially when you're talking LeBron James. But yeah, I still think the better move is Detroit Pistons. Like I hate this move with the Los Angeles Lakers. Like being a coach, the Lakers is probably the last organization I'd want to work with. And nothing against Jeannie Buss, but like that franchise has just been kind of chugging along ever since she kind of took over.
Well, they did something different than the Boston Celtics. That's another issue. You have two championship rivalry organizations. The Celtics did it the right way, I think.
Yep.
They took the two that they drafted. Yeah. They played the long game. And the Lakers tried to play the quick short game led by your boy, LeBron James.
Wow. My boy. Oklahoma City's doing it right also. My boy.
Yeah. So in real talk, by going for the short, and I talked about the fact that you're talking about drug dealers, you're talking about kingpins and El Chapo types. They in for the short haul. They hitting that, the quick money. You go for the quick money, sometimes you end up falling flat on your face. It don't seem to always work out by trying to hit the quick.
See, they've done it in the past, and they tried to repeat it, and it's
been the scapegoat.
Working. It's not working.
The head coach has always been the scapegoat. That's why it's the last job I'd want.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, that's a good first topic, and we're gonna come back because we did have Tom Petty sucks on the text line. Dropped a little something. We'll get your words in, Tom Petty, and not the real Tom Petty, but Tom Petty don't like Tom Petty. Obviously, he says he sucks.
He's being petty for not liking Tom Petty.
That's an icon.
And we're gonna come back and we'll talk about what Tom Petty's text said, and then we'll get into sports and marriage. When we come back, 937 The Ticket, we talk facts.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. wall-to-wall wine and spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking to upgrade your farm equipment? You're in luck. Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, recently dropped its prices on select late model tractors, combines, planters, and sprayers. Trade in your old equipment today and get never before seen discounts that can save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to upgrade. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Florida State beat North Carolina in the first game 7-5 or 9-5.
Was there a war chant?
I think there was.
There has to be.
Give that to us.
There we go. Okay, there we go.
Good.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
We're back, WTF, We Talk Facts. Clester Johnson, E. Strick, and our boy, Harrison Arns. Oh, Tom Petty sucks. This is what he said on the text line, 402-464-5685. You always can text in. Hopefully we'll be able to catch it. I have two. One before we went off the show, unnamed texter 4979 said this about the quick discussion that we had about Stricky going up in the rafters. He says, Jesus, just put Stricky in the rafters. Come on, Nebraska. That was one thing. Okay, thank you. Shout out to you. I do appreciate your support. And then Tom Pettysuck says this: I think NBA players are brought down a lot quicker than NFL players for not winning championships. Just so he agrees with you, Kless. Yeah. Because it is so much easier, regardless of the era, to be a guy that take over a franchise in the NBA than it is compared to the ultimate team game of football. So it's easy to me to say Dan Marino is far better at his craft than Patrick Ewing, even though I would consider Patrick Ewing one of the greats of his craft.
It's a good argument.
Yeah, solid.
Very, very good. Very good.
Well said. Well said. So we're going to jump quickly into this discussion because we're going to talk sports and marriage. And what it really boils down to is the question, that I'm going to pose to my brothers here in the studio is, should a professional athlete get married, or should he wait until his career is over to really pursue that? And we're going to get into the why. We're going to get into the reasons. We're going to get into some of the the things that could persist, but the numbers don't look great in favor of the players. And so we're going to talk about that right now. What is your initial take, Class, on sports and marriage? And does it make sense to get in? Or because I personally think sports, when you're a player and you do get married, it does provide something to you, a lot of stability. It provides, a lot of comfort. You're able to come home to, my boy looking at me laughing at it. Man, what you laughing at? Am I Chris Rock? Am I a comedian, my boy? Am I Kevin Hart? What's going on?
It depends on where you got her from. If you got her off Instagram, that
she from the street.
That might not end well. But you know what I tried
she belongs to the street.
What I did try to think about, there are some exceptions. I like Grant Hill. He seems to have had a successful marriage.
No doubt.
Steph Curry, LeBron.
But they still playing.
True. But I'm about to go somewhere. I'm about to go somewhere with that.
All right.
Now, so when I look at Steph, it seems like his relationship with his woman was before he became a megastar. LeBron LeBron was a megastar early, but they were together when he was.
So then what happened to Dwayne Wade?
When he was I said, there were some exceptions. There are some exceptions. Now, here are some issues that I hear that come up as I've done some of my reading. And then my man Stricky obviously has been in the pot, in the mix. He's going to give his very own thoughts and experience on why it might be successful and why it might
well,
not be
dang it. I don't know, man. I fall short. I'm going to let you finish, but I fall short because I got divorced after. No way. I don't know if I fit the criteria, my boy.
But here's the thing. You want to factor in, there's a bunch of factors.
Good.
And I tell you what, when you watch shows like Basketball Wives.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Wait, Sibo, the initial Basketball Wives, they was all there when I was on the Boston Celtics. Everyone, Kenny Anderson's wife,
Lord,
Eric Williams' wife, Kenny, Eric, and there was a couple. Oh, Antoine Walker was dating Evelyn. Yeah, they was all there, my boy. I got to see it up close and personal.
Listen, if
the original basketball,
if you are watching us, on Instagram or Facebook, Allo, YouTube, Twitter. I want to thank you all. But if you see me have a lemon face, like I just bit into a lemon, this is a tough subject. It's a tough subject because one of the statistics that we've heard is, particularly in the NBA, and I don't think it's too far off from the NFL, that 9 out of 10 marriages are going to fail in the NBA. Let's just talk about the NBA specifically.
Okay.
And I think what happens, is this, and this is not everything, obviously, but if you have a wife and some kids and you are...
While you're playing.
Okay. You're on the road a lot.
That part.
And even when you're not on the road, you're trying to focus at home. And then in the off season, you're training.
I heard some noises from a married teammate next door while I was on the road.
Oh, Jesus, like that's. But here's the thing: when you're done, and now it's time to go home.
Right. It's like COVID.
Yes, it's like COVID.
Real talk.
Yes, it's like COVID.
It's like COVID.
They are used to doing their thing,
know, being able to move.
They tapping into the account, getting all the money they need. But then you come home and it's like, we got to interject.
They right in your face, my boy.
We got to interject you into the mix.
Right.
We don't need you. We've been operating efficiently without you. We just need your checkbook, my friend. So I know that goes on, and the foundation seems to have not been. The foundation wasn't good in the beginning. It was probably
built on attraction.
Yeah, a lot of it built on attraction.
She fine. That thing is fat.
Yep. You got a lot of that. What Eric said, that part right there. And you have access to a lot, and if you haven't learned how to handle all the accesses and hone in and focus in on what you need to focus in on, it's going to be tough for the both of you. It's going to be tough for both of you. But what it becomes, I'd like to know from you, because you was in the mix 9-10 years, and after.
Yep.
What were some of the things that you saw?
Well, me personally, my viewpoint was I didn't want to get married while I was in the league, because I knew all of those things, those extenuating circumstances and situations. And, yes, when the camera's on you and the lights are shining, things are all fine and dandy. It's like blissful when you just have access to everything. Things change there's a period when a professional player leaves the profession that they're in. And it's how they understand how to handle that. Because we get so used to routine. It's travel, like you said, come home, go to shoot around.
What about the
practice.
adulation? The adulation.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The lights. That's what I mean by the lights. It's
did you see people get depressed?
That's where I was. You own it exactly. There's a mini form of depression that kicks in, and because you're not doing what you're familiar with and what you're used to knowing. Now, I will say that things like podcasting and other things have provided a continuation of a forum once you've passed on. But there used to be a break in which a lot of guys didn't know what the heck they was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, sometimes a lot of businesses fail. We know that businesses fail, in the first 5 years. And, sometimes a lot of them fail. You go through the cycles of that. And the one that you're hoping to hold you up, when that money changes, because when you making 600, 700, $1 million plus every 2 weeks,
insane.
That thing hit, but when that thing says stop, there's some things going on, some discussions, and like you said, the depression feelings, the anxiety feelings, those things get off in the relationship. And 70%, over 70% of marriages are initiated by women.
What do you mean initiated?
They initiate the divorce.
Oh, yeah. I did hear that statistic.
So it's not always the men.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of times the women. Because like you're saying, they're not getting what they once had. They're not
they got to cut back swiping that card.
Right.
Once they retire, they can't go out and buy the same things they want to.
Right. If you want to stay, on point.
That's one reason.
That's a reason.
That's one reason. Yeah. Another reason could be that, he's used to indulging.
Oh, yeah.
That too. He's used to indulging in other things. But one of the guys that seemed to have figured it out was Derek Jeter. And I heard stories about Derek Jeter and
before.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And who's the guy? I can't think of his name. He played for the LA Lakers. He was a virgin the whole time.
Lamar Odom?
He was a virgin the whole time. He played for the Lakers. He had a Jerry
Lamar
curl.
Odom hit that Kardashian curl.
He had a Jerry curl.
Juancho Huertas.
Oh, you're talking about
what's his name?
AC Green.
AC Green. AC Green.
AC Green got divorced too, my boy.
AC Green?
No. No, sir. AC Green was on my team, my boy.
Yes.
And look, I've got to give AC Green credit.
Can religion deliver you?
It can. Okay. I think you know. Okay. I think you've seen your boy different.
Yeah, but
I will
to maintain.
AC Green actually got married after.
Yes.
But divorced.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
What happened? Jared Curl, he couldn't get no.
Listen,
it's tough out there.
It's tough out there.
Yeah.
It's hard out here for a pimp. When you trying to get that money for the rent. Hey, it's hard out here, Clef. My boy AC Green. Look, I gotta give shout out.
I never heard about
Kudos
AC.
to AC Green.
I never heard about AC.
AC Green was one of the most respected people that I know. Like, listen, we would talk about escapades in the back of the bus.
Mm-hmm.
So, it'd be like me and Mike Finn and Gary Trent and, a lot of us in the back. And we'd be talking about what went down the night before, you know. But I promise you, when AC Green came on the bus and he sat in the back, other than Gary Trent, wow. We would just kind of just keep to ourselves because we didn't want to, we respected him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he commanded a respect and we appreciated that.
And it has to be true because people will call you out, especially on that level. He can't claim he's a virgin if in the NBA, especially if you're not, because there will be a woman out there right in the front of the forum. Like
that part. You know what we did last night.
Even like Tim Tebow.
Same.
So Tim Tebow, he had to be legit. He had to be legit because when you're making those claims like that, people will be quick to call you out.
My last point before we go to this next break, and we're going to come back and we'll talk about
they
not like us.
We never said if you should or not. What is your deal? What do you think?
So here's the thing. I didn't want to do it, even though I divorced and after the fact, but I didn't want to do it because I understood that travel, I understood those dynamics, the weight, the pressures, getting traded in the middle of a season. If you have children, how hard that is for a wife.
Oh yeah, schools, family, there's a lot of things.
It's tough.
Friends.
And then they don't want to continuously be usurped from the roots that are being planted. And I've seen, now I will say this, shout out to Michael Redd. Michael Redd, who I played with the Milwaukee Bucks. He married, found his queen, but it went back to the religious thing. He was very astute in his religion, and they stayed together. They're still together. They built, and shout out to him because he was able to break the mold.
Yeah.
But for me, I would personally say I wouldn't do it. I would say I wouldn't do it.
I would just say the foundation has to be extremely strong. And
because they be throwing it at you.
You have to not be caught up in the world. The materialism, the looks, sometimes it can overpower what's long lasting.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So only do it if your foundation is strong.
Yeah.
And it's not about the money and it's not about the prestige. Because if it's based on some of those superficial things,
it's gonna fall. It's a house of cards.
It's gonna fall.
Whatchamacallit, I've got to say, I've been able to watch it through Tiger Woods. That at the peak of his greatness, when he was single, to when he was married, to how you guys remember seeing, we gotta go to break, but you guys remember seeing The Price is Right? This is what I'm gonna say about how that was. You remember when they played that game and they had the guy on the mountain with the little he goes over. That's what Tiger Woods did when he got married. But we're gonna go on a break. Tiger WTF.
These analogies, I tell you.
We'll be right back.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Summertime is here, so get out your grills and smokers. Fairway has all you need for USDA prime or choice cuts of beef, all natural pork, chicken and seafood, and a selection of veal, lamb, bison, and Wagyu cuts. Now through June 17th, enjoy Lincoln's favorite 8-ounce USDA choice bacon wrapped sirloin filet for just $4.99 each. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
In a world where businesses are facing daily cyber threats, you need protection like never before. Don't let hackers and malware companies compromise your business success. Stay ahead of data breaches with Hamilton Cybersecurity. Let Hamilton provide you with peace of mind that your business is protected. Our experts identify and mitigate risks before they become disasters. As your trusted partner, we help you protect your valuable information. Hire your local cybersecurity experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961.
Want to contribute to medical advancements and get paid for your time? Join a clinical trial at Velocity Clinical Research. Participants can receive compensation, access medicines in development, and get study-related care at no cost. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. Help shape the future of medicine. Visit velocitytrials.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Early break with Sip and Jake.
Florida State beat North Carolina in the first game 7-5 or 9-5.
Was there a war chant?
I think there was.
There has to. There
Give
had to.
Give that to us. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Good.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
We're back on We Talk Facts. We've got one more segment left, but I'm going to be quick about it because we want to make sure we get this topic in. Drake, at one time, I don't know if he still does, but I know at one time he owned a share of the Raptors. We know that Kendrick Lamar had a big concert. They not like us. They was going in. And DeMar DeRozan, who played DeMar DeRozan, who plays for the Toronto. DeMar DeRozan will not get a statue. DeMar DeRozan will not get his jersey in the rafters for Toronto because he was on stage with Kendrick getting it in.
Yes.
And they went in on Drake. Everybody knows Drake has a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships, a lot of connections in the NBA. But they was on stage. They not like us. Westbrook was on there. But
the bigger one,
LeBron James.
Yes.
He was in the building.
Yes.
And was singing. Talk to me.
This is going to be very interesting
tough one.
here over the next few years because Drake has ascended into one of the biggest stars that we've ever seen. To be honest, if I'm to be honest with you, he's next level. And when you're next level like that, you like Strick, you mentioned, you become great friends with sports figures, actors, entertainers.
Yep.
They all developed a relationship with them. And just a few months ago, I watched the podcast, LeBron James podcast with Drake on it. And LeBron was just like, I got your back, bro. You need to go and watch this. He's like, I got your back, bro. This is prior to, the podcast had been done years ago, right? But you can tell they had a special relationship. And how would you feel, Eric? How would you feel? What do you think Drake is thinking right now? Because he watched that, right? There's people around him that watch that.
No question. They watching it.
How does he think? What do you think he's thinking about DeRozan? Who, obviously
they knew each other.
Drake is an ambassador. And how do you think is he texting LeBron? Are they having a conversation about what's going on?
Yeah.
What you think? Just your opinion.
My opinion is I honestly think his heart is fell through his chest, bro. Like you remember the movie The Mask?
Is he betrayed?
You remember the movie The Mask?
Is it betrayal?
It can feel that way. On the movie The Mask, when he saw the fine girl on there, his heart said, that's how Drake's heart came out of his chest when something. I think it does. Now, you ain't gonna say it. You're gonna kind of keep your cool. But we know that he's selling his properties. He don't want to come back to the States now. And we,
lots of fans in America.
I mean, he does, but I'm just saying, he's got to feel just absolutely.
I got two sons. Well, that's their spirit animal. I got two sons. I got two light skins. who identify with Drake, and they just think he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Harrison, you being a younger student of the game, you're in the trenches. You know your hip hop. Tell me your thoughts. What is Drake thinking right now that his friend LeBron James is up on in the front row singing, and DeMar DeRozan, who he spent years with in Toronto?
He knew not to go on that stage, though. He knew not to go on the stage.
He's probably thinking, I should have known the history of LeBron a little bit better and took that seriously.
Oh, wow.
It's a team killer, man. LeBron James, those teams don't stay together very long.
Wow.
Are they talking? Is LeBron talking to Drake, trying to explain to him, hey man, I'm here? Like, how do you explain that?
A way to check it is check the follows.
That's such a petty way we do it now.
That's
it is a way to look at it.
That is today's.
Brandon, you unfollowed the whole San Francisco 49ers teammate.
That'll show him.
Kyler Murray unfollowed everybody on. Like, how do you recover from that when you follow your teammates and then you still the quarterback of the team? That's crazy to me. But hey, it is what it is. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time. We'll be getting it in over here.
Because there's more stuff I want to say on that, but it is what
we want to talk about. But man, we got to go. But we'll see y'all next week. It is Thursdays where you can find us 6 to 7 right here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are WTF. Clester Johnson, Harrison Orange.
Thanks, everybody.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace.